Hey guys, so I'm back with a new video after a long time, but I have a new exciting video for you guys today. Today I'll be showing you guys how to make a swimsuit. And speaking of swimsuit, I have a new digital collection out. By the time I upload this video, it should be out and the link should be down below in the description bar. Also, as I've told you guys before, I'm not the best at explaining things, so please try to reason with me and I'll try to explain it the best way I can. Today I'll be using 𝐈𝐳𝐵 Paint X to make this swimsuit. I haven't been using 𝐷𝐵𝐺 often. I still use it from time to time. You can still use some of my methods or like the way I create the swimsuit on 𝐷𝐵𝐺. Same rules apply, or the same tips apply. 𝐈𝐵𝐵 is just much easier for me on iPad. For computer users, there is a 𝐈𝐵𝐵 version on Windows. I don't know if it's on Mac, but I do know it's on Windows. But you can only use it for an hour, so if you do want to try it out, you can. I feel like it defeats the purpose being only available for an hour, but yeah, you can try it out if you want. I do definitely recommend 𝐈𝐵𝐵, the app, on iPad and mobile. I think it's so much easier to use. I definitely recommend 𝐷𝐵𝐺 on Windows or on Android. It's so much easier to use than the iPad and Windows version. But I think I will create a video discussing the pros and cons of 𝐷𝐵𝐺 and 𝐈𝐵𝐵 because I feel like it's needed, because I have so many opinions. But besides that, I hope you guys do enjoy this video and keep watching. In this first clip, I'm basically showing you guys how I mix my colors and how I pick colors and how I organize colors. Usually I have more colors to deal with, but in this one I only wanted 2 colors. Usually I have up to 7 colors that I need to organize, so that's why I list and I label them so I don't get confused.
Stupid boys call me rereading text. Though it makes me sick, I can't seem to quit the adrenaline. Wasting my youth in, pressing the snooze when the sun's still in view. Then why do I do this? I'm being stupid, testing my limits now. Don't feel alive when I'm awake. Not sure if I'm okay. Been feeling like my body's about to break. Too melatonin deep, still can't put me to sleep. I'm laying here forever, counting sheep. 5, 6, 7, making bad decisions out of regret. For temporary serotonin hits.
Okay, for the first part, sketch. Sketch is important to me. Sketching is very important. I usually need to do a sketch 2 or 3 times to get my sketch accurate or to my liking. So I'll draw it the first time, and then when I look at it, I'll lower the opacity, and then I'll put another layer and I'll draw on top of the previous layer, the first sketch, and this will be my second rough draft. And as I'm drawing on top of the first rough draft, I'm seeing what I can do better, and I'm like, okay, it looks a little bit better. Then I look at it again, and then maybe I'm not as convinced, and then I'll do it a 3rd time. And you keep doing this until you feel like you're satisfied. You can do one rough draft and feel satisfied. It's just usually I need to do 2 or 3. You need some sort of inspiration to sketch with, like a swimsuit, whatever picture, a top, a bikini bottom, like a bottom of a bikini, or anything from Pinterest, Twitter, even from the game. You can use it to inspire you to draw. Also, you need your own form of a mannequin. Like in real life, a fashion designer has a mannequin that they start stitching on or they start sewing on. You need your own KKH body or mannequin to draw on. I will definitely link my own mannequin and my previous one, and you guys can kind of pick whatever you want and you can use them to draw on. I will also link an old KKH website that they used to upload KKH bodies. They are an older version, but you can use this older version to create your own improved one. That's how I made my own. I used their template and then I kind of created my own. I saw what I wanted and I saw what I didn't want, and then I drew it. So definitely take a moment to sketch. You definitely need your own mannequin, and yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Don't know how it's 5 a.m. again. One too many episodes.
Okay, we are now on outline. This is the first outline. There is a difference between the first and second, but I will explain the second outline in the next part. So, when it comes to my outlines, I try to follow this certain type of style that I do. KKH, like the people that draw the KKH clothing in the game, this is kind of where I got it from. I tend to make the lines on the right side of the mannequin thicker, and then I tend to make the lines on the left side skinnier. Now, this doesn't mean all of the lines. Now, I will sometimes make them thicker, and then I'll end up hating it, and then I'll make it thinner. Really do this to your liking, really develop your own style, but this is the type of style that I like to do. I will do this, and then, for example, let's say for the sleeve of this bikini, it has like 2 straps. On the side of the left side of that strap, I make the lines thicker because I feel like it adds a little bit more of a perspective. If you've noticed, KKH avatars are drawn in 3/4 perspectives. You can look up 3/4 perspectives on Pinterest and you'll see what I'm talking about. So I try to make the lines on the left side thicker to kind of emulate that 3/4 perspective, because everything on the left side you see a little bit bigger than everything on the right side. If you ever pay attention to any KKH body, the left is always bigger than the right boob. The left leg is always bigger than the right leg. So I try to emulate this with my lines. You can try this. You could also try out your own. Honestly, the pens that I do recommend, or the brushes that I do recommend while doing the outline, is a sharp pen. Find this in 𝐈𝐵𝐵 and the curve tool. The curve tool, you can also find it in MetaBang and 𝐈𝐵𝐵. MetaBang, you guys know that I use the curve tool. You can probably find it in my other videos on how I got it. You can literally look it up on YouTube how to use the curve tool. I'll link it down below and how to find it. Also, MetaBang has their own sharp pen. Those two, like the brush and the tool, I love using those for outlines. I would not use any brush that fades. Make sure you have a brush that's like harsh or solid, or like has the same opacity all around. So yeah, honestly, experiment with your outlines. Make sure you like what you're doing. If you don't like my method, you can try out your own method and see how you like it. Honestly, when you do things to your own liking, you enjoy it more. So definitely experiment with this.
Bet you thought you knew me. Screw it, I'ma say it is a shout out to my ex-man. Told him keep the money, I've been working on the freelance. No one look good, independent. Where you once stood, I'll be dancing. Now I love myself more than you ever did, and I know you can tell. Damn, I'm vibing with the new me. And if you got a problem, you can sue me. Oh, baby, now I'm going for it. I'm a star in my own movie. Now introducing the new me, and I bet you thought you knew me. I told him we could still be friends.
Okay, now we are moving on to the second outline. Second outline is very easy. I usually use a lighter version of the previous color that I used for the first outline, just to give a little bit of a difference. And you can achieve this by taking the first color that you used as the outline, and the outline is usually a darker color. You lower the opacity, kind of put it over the shading color, and whatever color that mixes with that, you pick that as your second outline. And basically the second outline is like the little seams of clothing, or like the little brand name, or any like little minor details that you want to add to make the clothing look a little bit, pop. The second outline is really if you want to do it. I do it. You don't have to do it, but if you want to, you can. So do whatever you want.
Here's a shout out to my ex-man. Told him keep the money, I've been working on the freelance. No one look good, independent. Where you once stood, I'll be dancing. Now I love myself more than you ever did, and I know you can tell. Damn, I'm vibing with the new me. And if you got a problem, you can sue me. Oh, baby, now I'm going for it. I'm a star in my own movie. Now introducing the new me. be friends. Now I'm going through a palate cleanse. Yeah, and the changing is the consequence. Cause I'm looking in the mirror and I don't wanna pretend. Now I love myself more than you ever did, and I know you can tell. Damn, I'm vibing with the new me. And if you got a problem, you can sue me. Oh, baby, now I'm going for it. I'm a star in my own movie. Now introducing the new me, and I bet you thought you knew me. Everybody got opinions. I'm so sick of trying to please them. I don't mean to get defensive, but I've been feeling kind of fearless. I want dangerous attention, and I really couldn't care less, no.
Okay, base. The base color is very simple. It's basically the time that you fill in the outline. Have the outline, you just fill in the empty space, the middle. This is basically just your original color, your base color, the base that we're starting on. I feel like it's self-explanatory, so next.
I'ma live it up tonight. Might get a little drunk, like 𝐏𝐚𝐫𝐭𝐬, mascara running from my eyes. They say I'm acting dumb, but I'm just having fun. I'll happily ruin my life. No, I don't give a fuck what other people want. I'm back on my bullshit, back on my bullshit. Yeah, I used to get all tied up, let the rain put out my fire. Now I'm feeling like Rihanna, Ella, making a mess of emotions and liquor. Tears on my cheeks and they sparkle like glitter. Making a mess of emotions and liquor. Tears on my cheeks and they sparkle like glitter. Hopelessly so awkward, but I don't regret it. I don't regret it. That's the whiskey.
Shading. Shading can be applied to many different things. I feel like I've talked about shading before in one of my previous videos. I think it's the video where I teach you guys how to make a head. Basically, shade where you want. You can either look how I shade in this video and apply it to your own, or you can take shading inspiration from the game. That's literally where I get it from. That's how I develop my shading. Now, I'm not great on it, but I feel like I've gotten good at it to the point where like I know where I'm gonna shade. Especially since I've done these swimsuits before, I know where I'm gonna shade. So really, shade what you want, and like I've always said before, practice makes perfect.
It's a carnival, ridiculous and wonderful. No control, no control. No, I don't give a fuck what other people want, yeah. I'ma live it up tonight. Might get a little drunk, might call my ex up, mascara running from my eyes. They say I'm acting dumb, but I'm just having fun. I'll happily ruin my life. No, I don't give a fuck what other people want. I'm back on my bull.
Okay, now we are on the first shading. Honestly, the name doesn't matter. You can name this first shading or second shading. This is basically our transition. This color helps blend in the three colors, the base, the second shading, and this color. It helps blend in these three colors together. This is basically the glue of the family, okay? This helps everything come together, bond together, and just be happy and stay together, okay? You can be a little bit more messy when it comes to second shading because the first shading, will go on top of the second shading and make it look more nicer, crisp, and clean. So you can really do this to your liking. You can also take inspo from this or any other inspo from like KKH. Like a lot of my inspo for shading comes from the game. I take screenshots of the game and I use it for my own inspiration. Do that, or you can use whatever you want. Honestly, you can create your own shading, be creative, do whatever you want, and do it to your liking.
I don't mean mean to get defensive, but I've been feeling kind of fearless. I want dangerous attention, and I really couldn't care less, no. Hopelessly so awkward, but I don't regret it, I don't regret it. That's the whiskey talking, but I don't regret it, I don't regret it. No, I don't give a fuck what other people want, yeah, I'ma live it up tonight. Might get a little drunk, like call my ex up, mascara running from my eyes. They say I'm acting dumb, but I'm just having fun, I'll happily ruin my life. No, I don't give a fuck what other people want, I'm back on my bullshit, back on my bullshit. Yeah,
Okay, for this part, I basically make the creases of the clothing. You can use like the colors that are already being used, like the shading and the transition color. I generally use the shading and the transition color and a darker color to kind of add a little bit more of definition to the creases. Really, this is up to your liking. As you can see, I go back and forth whether or not I like it, and I will completely erase it and start over. So really, test this out to your liking and do whatever you want. Have fun.
but I don't regret it, I don't regret it. No, I don't give a fuck what other people want, yeah, I'ma live it up tonight. Might get a little drunk, might call my ex up, mascara running from my eyes. They say I'm acting dumb, but I'm just having fun, I'll happily ruin my life. No, I don't give a fuck what other people want, I'm back on my bullshit, back on my bullshit. Back on my bullshit, back on my bullshit. My life is a carnival, ridiculous and wonderful. No control, no control. No, I don't give a fuck what other people want, yeah, I'ma live it up tonight.
Highlight. So highlight is very easy. I'm gonna try to explain it the best way I can. So I do two different types of highlight. First, I do a color highlight. A color highlight is very simple. In this outfit, I'm using various shades of pink. I basically take the brightest pink I can find and I use that as my first highlight. I'll go around the outfit, put the highlight wherever I want, and then once I'm done with that, sometimes I'll lower the opacity and put it to my liking. Then I'll move on to white highlight. The only reason I don't use white highlight by itself is because I tend to find it a little too harsh. So I will use color highlight to kind of add a bit of a transition color to make it look more blended. I move on to white highlight. I put that on top of color highlight. Sometimes I won't put it on top of color highlight. Sometimes I'll put it wherever I want. Wherever I think needs a little bit of more shine, I'll do that. Really do this to your own liking. Find out how you like it to be placed. You can look at examples of other people, and you can also look at examples of mine. You can also look up examples of how it's done in KKH. That's really how I started, developing this way of doing my highlight. So really have fun with this. Really try it out. Don't think like, end all be all. Do whatever you want.
When it's good, I like it. When it's bad, it's exciting. I said I hate you, guess I was lying. Yeah, been a while since I left in August. I'm alright, but if I'm being honest, home is where the heart is, and I feel heartless. Too young to know our love would expire. Late nights in your car, we lit up a fire. feel so distant. Yeah, been a while since I left in August. I'm alright, but if I'm being honest, home is where the heart is, and I feel heartless. I won't say anything was perfect, I won't even hide it. Home is where the heart is, and I feel heartless. Nowhere my heart is, and you hit me the hardest. I said I hate you, guess I was lying. Kinda miss all of the fighting. When it's good, I like it. When it's bad, it's exciting. I said I hate you, guess I was lying. Yeah, been a while since I left in August. I'm alright, but if I'm being honest, home is where the heart is, and I feel heartless. Too young to know our love would expire. Late nights in your car, we lit up a fire. We couldn't get the time right, then I left for the limelight. Too young to know our love would expire.
Okay, now I'm just adding hearts to the bikini. I have 4 bikini do and 2 of them have hearts, so I wanted to make this very simple. I have a heart brush. I get the heart brush, I put the heart on the screen, and then I go to the transform menu, and once you get there, you click perspective, you click horizon. Horizon will duplicate it like a lot of hearts, and then you can kind of tweak it, change how you want the heart to look, and then you click the check button afterwards once you like what you like. And then after that, you go in the layer menu, you click the folder, you select all of the items that are in the folder, it gives you that option, and then you go to the layer where the selection layer is, and you click invert, and this will help you to erase all the hearts that are outside of the bikini and keep the ones that are in. So this will save you a lot of trouble. If you want to know how to work the selection, I will probably link a video down below to how to use the selection layer. It will save you a lot of trouble. Trust me, it's worth learning about. In 𝐈𝐳, Metabang has it too. I've done it for Metabang. I just can't remember how to do it right now. It's probably just select and then invert the selection, and then you erase what's on the outside of your selection. See, I just thought of it. It's very easy once you learn how to do it. Yeah.
Don't know how it's 5 a.m. again. One too many episodes of Friends. Stupid boys call me rereading text. Though it makes me sick, I can't seem to quit the adrenaline. Wasting my youth in pressing the snooze when the sun's still in view thin. Why do I do this? I'm being stupid, testing my limits now. Don't feel alive.
Okay, so now we have gotten to the part where I repeat all of the steps. So basically, once you're done, all the steps. You close the folder. This is important. This is why I have the folder. Our every digital drawing app has like a folder. You close the folder. Make sure all your like layers are labeled so you know which ones you're gonna use, right? You click folder. You click the 3 dots on the option menu, and it should give you select opacity, and then basically what you're gonna do is go from top to bottom and keep doing this in a different color. You'll see how I do it. It's kind of hard to explain. Visually, it's easier, and I do this so I can keep track of like how the layers are gonna look. I did try to just do different colors in FX, and sometimes the colors don't be coming out right, so I have to create like my own palette and like do the colors that I think are gonna look good. You can just go and duplicate it and change the colors in FX if you want to. I just didn't like how it looked, so I went the longer way, but do whatever you want. Like I said, this is just how I do it. Okay, so we are at the final part where I'm doing the heart jewelry piece that's in the middle of the chest and on the sides. I feel like this is better explained visually, so I'm not going to really talk about it. I'm going to talk about the playback speed though, because I feel like it needs to be said. If you get to a part that's too fast or too slow, please change the playback speed. Where the closed captions are, there should be a playback speed option. Please change it to your liking. It's really hard to fit a lot of content into one video and make it short and like retainable and for people to watch it. So certain parts have to be slower and certain parts have to be faster. There are certain parts that are slower and faster. Just if you feel like it's too fast or too slow, change the speed to your liking in the playback speed setting. That's all.
One too many episodes of Friends. Stupid boys call me rereading text. Though it makes me sick, I can't seem to quit the adrenaline.
Okay, also, I forgot to say this. I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but I'm gonna say it now. A little self-promo. Don't forget to check out my collection. I'm sorry, I snorted. Don't forget to check out my collection. I'll link it down below. And yeah, tell me what you think. You know, look around and do whatever you want to do.
Temporary serotonin hits. Bet you thought you knew me. Screw it, I'ma say it. Here's a shout out to my ex-man. Told him keep the money, I've been working on the freelance. No one look good, independent. When you was stuck, I'll be dancing. Now I love myself more than you ever did, and I know you can tell. Damn, I'm vibing with the new me.
Okay, we have gotten to the end of this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the process. I hope you guys were able to understand it. Like I said before, if you need to change the speed, do it in the playback speed option to your liking. Also, let me know what videos you'd like me to do. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.